Hello, beautiful souls. This is Vinita Kumar, also known as Twinflameunion, bringing you guys in this week's pep talk and empowerment. Questions and answers. You guys asked, and I'm going to be delivering them. These questions were actually compiled by members of the twinflameunion group, which is my private Facebook group. They asked a few questions and I'm going to be answering them on air. So before we dive deep into this, for those that are new to this channel, please do not forget to hit like, share and subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell so that you do not miss any future videos. You may want to check out my other topics that I have on pep talk and empowerment, as well as some guided meditations that will actually help you along in your soul's journey. It doesn't matter whether you're a twin flame or not. If you're drawn to this channel, there's a lot of things that will aid you in your soul's journey. So you may want to just check everything out. If you want to book any private sessions with me, you can do that as well, directly from my website. Link is in the description box. You can click and purchase as well as book directly online. And I also want to add that 10% of Twinflameunion sales also go to charity. For those that were thinking of doing the empath training as well as journal scripting workshop, you can actually check out the dates. And I have new dates now set up in my website under programs. So you may want to just check that out and see if you want to take that one as well. So before we actually dive deep into these questions, let's hit it. And welcome back. So without further ado, let's dive deep into these questions and see what the members are asking. I haven't had actually a chance to look at these questions, so this is just as new as it is to me. So yeah, so we'll see what the questions are and see if I can actually answer them. So the first question that was asked is, how do you nurture a twin flame relationship? Is it possible? Well, any relationship you can always nurture, and it is a work. How do I say it? It's the best way that I can put it is that any relationship is still work. You still have to work to maintain the relationship and to nurture it in whichever way. Think about it for a second. If twin flame relationship is not the only relationship you have. You have relationship with all sorts of things. You have relationship with your family, your friends. You have a relationship with your co-workers, the universe, right? Your pets. So there's so many things that it runs deeper than just your twin flame relationship. So how you have to ask yourself very simply. And that is that how do you actually maintain their relationship, or how do you nurture it, or how do they nurture their relationship with you, right? So that's the best way that I can actually just break it down for you as an example. So if people can maintain that relationship with you, they can love and nurture and put that work forward. So then I want to say that you can also do that with your twin flame as well, your twin flame connection. So it is completely possible. There is no such thing as not being possible. Even if you are in separation, there's, you know, you also by now would know that if you're on a twin flame journey, separation is just a linear. There are so many ways that, you know, the journey will ask you constantly to heal yourself. And you know, it's one of the biggest things that I actually teach is the twin flame healing. You know, it's that self-healing, and once you start self-healing in a deep level, you know, as your true twin flame, your twin flame will have a knockoff effect. Basically, if you are getting really good results of your own healing, you'll notice that your twin flame is also healing with you, because you guys are sharing the same vibrational blueprint of each other, or vibrational, you are on the same vibrational frequency, so you will be actually healing just as much as they are healing. So it's not like it's one thing or the other, it's actually together. So yeah, in your twin flame journey, definitely nurturing is very, very important, and it's not something that is easily skipped. At least I don't feel this way, and I think that many viewers will agree that in many ways you can actually see how you are actually nurturing your relationship with your twin flame. And this is a relationship in 3D as well as in a spiritual way as well. It's kind of, you know, it's not one or the other, it's actually a combined package. So, and this is why you will find that you definitely don't have that connection with anybody else, because of the deep layer of connection that you have with your twin flame. You know, it's very, very different from how you have your relationship with other people, even a soulmate. Even if you are in a relationship with somebody else, you know, you can't compare that connection with somebody else or some other connection. So definitely I want to say nurturing is very, very important, and you may want to actually just look up the meaning of nurture as well, and just kind of reflect on it and see how it actually applies in your journey, and definitely journal it and go deep within and answer all your questions that you have, how you are actually nurturing it. It's a good healing exercise, I feel anyway. So, you know, if you want to do that, you can, you know, Google what it means, and then list down all the things that you feel you are doing in your journey that's helping you nurture it. So it will actually definitely bring a lot of things to light. So the next question. So yes, it is definitely possible, whoever asks this. How does one get chosen to be a twin flame? So this is sort of in two steps of question, but I'll just read out the entire question that this person had asked. What karma divides them into two separate people? So how does one get chosen to be a twin flame? On a soul level, it's one of those questions that, unless you are really, really passing on to, you know, out of your body, because your body still holds a lot of your ego answers, and once you leave your body, really, that's when you actually will understand that on that level. So I want to say, from what the spiritual community, or how you will sort of know how this has come about, is that you actually chose this to be a you know, to live a twin flame journey, to live that twin flame experience. So for some of us that have actually done past life work, you would know that even in those past life work, it wasn't revealed in that past life work that you were actually living a twin flame journey, or you were living a twin flame experience. So what I want to say is that it actually happened in this lifetime. So where you're actually living the entire twin flame experience, you didn't live that experience in other lifetimes, though you were, a lot of times in some lifetimes, you were born with your twin flame. You two were born in that lifetime. You created karma, And again, I'm gonna link that article about the 3-part series on the karma, and it's very, very deep. It's you almost have to read it a few times to really understand it. And every person living in this earth that is a human has brought some sort of karma. And you can ask any sant, any gurus, anybody that is of that nature that can understand, even a priest, your local priest, or somebody on the religious, stature, I guess you could call. They will be able to answer the question that almost every religion believes and knows, that anybody that has incarnated in this earth as a human being has brought karma. Now, where it becomes different in your soul's journey is if you are meant to go through your spiritual awakening, because the only ones that will actually care to make things right are the ones that are actually awakened to a spiritual journey, not just exclusive to twin flames, because I deal with lots of people that are non-twin flames and they're very, very spiritual and they're aware of their karma and their awakening, and they are actually here, and they are interested and want to remove some of the karma that came from previous lifetimes into this lifetime. They want to make things right. So I want to say that in that sense, karma is something that it's you create karma here, and you've created karma in previous lives. So it's it's definitely there. And now karma is also good karma and bad karma. So you've done both, and definitely the karma part is there. And what she's asked is what karma divides them into two separate people. Well, the thing is that there is no division when it comes to karma dividing any two people up. See, the way that it works is karma is an individual thing. It's not like you are sharing that karma with somebody else, though there were other people that were involved, and they took a hand in creating that karma for you, but it's your karma is your own. It's not shared with somebody else. So I certainly don't believe that, and it's from my findings, it is a complex question on karma, but I feel that you can't really share one karma, and if that was the case, then it would have been a lot more confusing to heal, because you are healing karma and you're healing a lot of things. But if you were sharing that karma with somebody else, then how would that make sense if you are trying to heal and the other person is totally closed off on that karma, right? So that's why I say that even though people and things did create some sort of karma, they have their own karma to deal with. It doesn't divide any or separate any people in that sense. So in that sense, yeah, that's irrelevant question. It doesn't karma does not divide and separate two people. It never has, and it's certainly not for twin flames either. You may have similar experiences around the karma. I know that in my past life work, there were a lot of karma that was created between my twin flame and I, but and to an extent it's bled, very similar things have bled into our lives, but he's responsible for his karma that he created, and I'm responsible for my own karma that I created, if that makes sense, because otherwise it's going to be really, really hard to to heal on that level, because yeah, if one person is not healing or is closed off, how are you supposed to clear your karma, right? So each to their own. Their karma is their own. They have to figure it out and clear it. Yeah, so I already answered that question. How do you choose to be a twin flame? You only chose to live a twin flame experience in this lifetime. Previous lifetimes you were not living a twin flame journey or experience. Otherwise it would have shown up in your soul's journey while you were doing your past life, either regression or quantum healing or akashic. It would have shown up there. And if it didn't show up, that means that it doesn't exist. So that's how I I distinguish that, in this lifetime we decided to choose to live a twin flame experience, and it is exclusively so far in this lifetime. What happens in the next lifetime, we have no idea. We haven't gone that route yet. So you should only worry about technically this lifetime and what is being asked of you in this lifetime, how to sort your karma from past lives, how to heal on a deep level, and how to live a twin flame experience or journey. Because if you are a twin flame, you already know that you have a sense of responsibility, so you have to take that seriously. So that's what I will say to that. Next question: do twin flames share some of the same medical issues? You could very well be. I haven't come across that in my twin flame journey, where my twin flame and I, we share the same medical issues. In fact, we don't have, to my knowledge, I don't think he has any medical issues, and I actually don't. Nothing serious anyways, so I wouldn't know if there was any. Maybe down the road, who knows. But I have just dealing with collectives and people just talking, there are chances that some twin flames do share some sort of medical issues. Some actually have very similar birthmarks and scars, so that's also it is the similarity is there in that sense. So what else? I want to say that it's possible that they can. You will only know that in your connection, how that works. In my connection, definitely I don't have that, but I know that a lot of people, they will tell you that they have some similar medical conditions or issues as their twin flame. So if that's the case, then that's what it is. But yeah, it's one of their similarities in connection. So yeah, you may want to check that out in your relationship, whether you two have that medical condition or not. So yeah, I would say that is possible. Okay, so would you be able to find, this is the next question. These questions are actually breezing through, so this may be actually a short video. Would you be able to find a legitimate reason we would choose to put ourselves through this? Oh my goodness, legitimate reason why we chose to put ourselves through this. Okay, I'm gonna read the entire question because it's a paragraph. So I'll answer it in different bits and pieces, but I'll actually break it down like that. I mean, if we are part of the infinite and we want to learn, you think we'd have learned all we need to over the time from the beginning of eternity. Okay, this question has a lot of it's unclear because I'm reading it as the way that the person wrote it. So it's if it's just to help the human species out, why not let them do it on their own? Okay, I think I know what she's trying, or he or she is trying to ask. So I'll kind of break it down and think, because yeah, it's not correctly placed here. So I'm gonna try to fix in my mind what the question is and then just try to make sense of it. So would you be able to find a legitimate reason we would choose to put ourselves through this? So the first part of that question, I want to say, You know, I've answered that question already, but I'm gonna just say that the legitimate reason that you chose to put yourself through this is because very simple, very, very simple. And it's funny because I just encountered a twin flame who is a divine masculine. No, I know him in personal life, and he was asking all these questions, and this was about 3 days ago. So and he's, see, this is where I love what I do as a teacher, because what I feel as a teacher, there's so many layers of teaching that I teach, and this is one of the things that I have always said, is that if the divine feminines continue to do their healing the way that they should be doing, then it has that knockoff effect on the divine masculine as well, which is the runner twin, right? And in this case, I want to say, from the couple, I want to say that he is very advanced in his spirituality than the divine feminine. So, people that think that they are, not as, that they are more enlightened than their twin flame is, it's not the case, because they also are so spiritual, and he's typical divine masculine. Seriously, like no question there. So he was asking me these questions, because he's going through his spiritual awakening. So he's asking, I might actually write an article on it. I wish that my twin flame was, talking to me or whatever, because that's one of the things that I would want to ask, is just how his awakening has been, and just, as a perspective from a divine masculine's viewpoint, because I haven't come across any divine masculine so far, and he's the only one that asked all those questions. And I was like, I was like in, seeing stars, you could say, because that just goes to show that this journey is just as amazing as some of you think that it is. So he was asking the same question. He was asking, why are we here? Why am I here? So that's what he asked. So it's the same thing as what this person is asking, why we would choose to put ourselves through this. So I wouldn't put it in that kind of, negative connotation. I would just say that, the way that he's asked, that's the kind of question that you may want to ask, is why you are actually here. So that's a little bit more 5D level of question. Same question, but because this person asks, would you be able to find a legitimate reason we would choose to put ourselves through this? So, and I would say, ask yourself, why are you here? Why did you get, why did you birth here in this lifetime? And what is your soul purpose? And what is your mission? So that's what I would correctly ask, versus asking it this way, because then you actually get a little bit, when you go inward, and you actually get better answers that way. Because sometimes, if you asking it in a different way, then you're not going to get the answers that you want. So the best way to ask is that, why you're here. And of course, I answered for him, and I told him, well, you, on a soul level, you wanted to learn the soul lessons, gain soul experience, and grow from it, and to connect to source energy, because you can only do that in a physical embodiment. On a soul level, you can't achieve any of that stuff. And this is the most legitimate reason that there is. And anybody, if you can ask anybody else that's that advanced in their spiritualism, they'll tell you that to gain soul experience, to gain soul lessons, to learn soul lessons, as well as to connect to source energy, because you can only do that in this embodiment. You cannot do that once you're on the other side, because on the other side you cannot experience any of these things that you're experiencing on a human body. So that's really good reason why you are actually here, and you're putting yourselves through this, because you cannot do anything that we can do as a human being once we depart from our body. So I always say that. So it's very, very deep when you think about it. You can only do this on a human level. So, and that's how you are, and it's not a chance that you made it here. It's very, very systematic how you actually got born in this lifetime. You chose your family, you chose your friends, you chose all the experiences that you're having on a soul level. So the time of birth, the place of birth, all of that actually plays into it. So yeah, in that sense, I want to say it's very, very precise, and you scripted it yourself. Nobody scripted it for you. You actually decided to write it all out, and it's playing as per how you wrote it. So, you actually, on our soul level, you definitely did this, nobody else. So you can, if you want to blame anybody, you can blame your higher self, because they decided to do that for you. So nobody else. Second part to this question was, if we are part of the infinite and we want to learn, you would think we have learned all we need over the time from the beginning of eternity. Well, that depends on your soul, right? If your soul decided to, your higher self decided, no, this time, this life, all the past lessons and all the karma and all the drama I have lived and I'm done with, then you wouldn't have birthed in this lifetime. So this is sort of like an ego-based question that you are asking, because the fact that you are here as a human being on this earth, that means that you were not done with in the past lives. You wanted to birth one more time to experience it the way that you're experiencing everything, right? So yeah, if your ego person thought, your ego belief thought that you were done with in the past lives, you wouldn't be here in this lifetime asking me this question. So I want to say that's what it is. It's the simplest way that I can put it. So, and if you decide to birth in the next lifetime, again, it's because your higher self decided it wasn't enough. You needed to learn more lessons, gain more experience, and to ascend on a higher level so that you can connect to source energy. So, what else? If it's just to help the human species out, why? Okay, so if it's to help human species out, why? Well, I won't just say that you are just helping the human species and the planet. It was for your own reasons too. You were excited to come on this earth and live all this experience. You wanted to do it. So that doesn't even count. That if you are asking, your question was if it's just to help the human species out. You didn't come on Earth to help the human species out. That in the entire spiritual community, I've never heard of that. So what I have heard and what I believe, just from going within and just seeing how it's rolled out, it's actually you that chose that. So you didn't choose. You are here, and while you're here, you are helping. While you are here, you are helping the human species and mankind and this planet, and you're contributing to it while you're here. Not not the other way around, where you decided to birth just to help these things out. That's not what I've heard. So, but while you're here, you make that choice. And again, when you are here on a soul level, you make lots of choices. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. So the choices are made, and if you decided to help out the human species in the best way possible, then you've made some good choices, and you've actually you're living your soul purpose, whatever you wanted it to be. Because not everybody is actually helping the human species, right? You know, there's some people that look around you. Not everybody is. So it's what you've chosen. So not everybody is looking at it in that light. Why not let them do it on their own? Well, that just depends. If you feel that you want to let them do it on their own, then they will, right? That's your choice that you make. It's not exclusive that all twin flames are going to help the human species. I mean, come on. you have to you have to ask those questions. How are you contributing to the human species? What are you doing? Are you doing anything to help? Are you in what way are you serving the human species? So you have to ask all those questions. Are you are you voluntarily doing any volunteer work, helping the elderly, or working in the shelters, or what are you doing? How are you helping? How are you contributing? So you have to ask all those questions. And again, not everybody is doing that. Everybody is living their life, and so that's such an individual journey. So if you feel like you are getting called out to help the planet, doing whatever you want to do to help the planet. You could be planting trees, you could be recycling, you could be removing clutter from the environment, many ways, right? So I'm not going to get onto that topic, but you get the idea. So it really depends on an individual awakened consciousness. If you feel that you are out here contributing in one way or the other, you have to ask in what way. So write down all the things that you think you are doing to contribute. But on a soul level, if you chose to do that, you would have come already in script, or would be coming, because you would be thinking about those kind of aspects. So if you let's just say if you decided before incarnating that you wanted to actually also live a human experience, but as well as do the to make some sort of contribution to the world, to the humanity, and anything that's living, then you would be sort of thinking it in that light anyways, and you would be actually already in the process to do so as well. But you definitely did not incarnate to do just that. You incarnated to live your soul experience. And if your soul experience was asking for helping the humanity, helping the world, and helping the planet in any way, then it would have started to roll out in your life. You would have started to gravitate towards towards that mission call. So I think that overall people do a lot of stuff through their mission work. So you have to know what that is for yourself, because everybody has different mission work. Okay, so next question: how to release rage? There's so many ways, and I'm gonna list the ones that are coming to me at this point. How do you release a rage? Especially for those that are dealing with anger issues and anger problems, meditation really helps, because you're quieting the mind, right? You're the three every guided meditation has that 3-step action where you are breathing in 1, 2, 3, right? Deep breaths, and then you're releasing. So for those that are in that process of wanting to release that rage or that anger, ground yourself and see if that actually will help. Because what you're doing is, when you're doing the three breath takes, see, the breath is life. So what you're doing is you are centering that energy, and you're actually breathing that that energy in within, and you're centering yourself. So when you do that, you actually end up quietening the mind, and it's all your emotions and stuff like that. So try to do that. Do 3 deep breaths and see if that will also help. How else can you do? How can you heal or release? Well, he or she asked how to release the rage. So that's one of it. Another one would be to do rest and relaxation. Very, very important to incorporate your rest and relaxation into your soul's journey. We live a very hectic life, and if you're not relaxing the body and the mind, then then it's just a buildup of everything. So yeah, that's another way of doing it, is relaxing and sleep. Sleep is one of them that you need to do. How else can you release rage? I have never tried this because I don't have rage problems. But I did learn in a class, and some of the students in that class really, really swore by this. So you can try it. What you do is you I even feel stupid telling you guys, but you know what, for some of you probably need to do this. So what you do is you write all sorts of swear words in this book. You get a book, like don't get anything that's expensive. Just get a book and just write all the swear words, and then after that you just tear the book. Because what you're doing is you are actually releasing all that pent up emotions that you've got inside you, and just do that. So see if that's gonna work. It's a therapy. It's an anger management therapy. That I found that in that class people were really swearing by. So try that and see if that's gonna really, really help. Another one is of course, don't do this in a crowded place. People will really start calling the cops then. But you can do nature walks and go to a secluded place where there nobody else is, and you can scream at the top of your lungs and just release that. So yeah, make sure that you're not around people, because people will not take that very, very well. They'll think that you need help, which you will subconscious way maybe you do, but try not to create that that kind of attention to yourself. But yeah, that will also help release your rage. I've seen this in movies, and I've never had to do that myself, but you can also go through a cleaning spree. When I say cleaning spree, not a regular vacuuming and dusting and all that sort of thing. I'm talking about like a major whole cleaning spree. And what you're doing is, first of all, after you've done this, you will really love your place because it will be spotless. But the deep cleaning, because you're using all your energy, and you're actually, what you're doing is you're not occupying your mind with that rage. And even if you are, you're using all that energy into, you're channeling that energy somewhere else, I want to say. So this is why, in movies you've seen this. So that's another effective way of releasing some rage or some pent up anger. And I mean, the washing machine does the laundry, but back in the olden days, some of you would know, you hit it with a stick or whatever have you, right? When you're doing the clothes there, with your hand, and you're just like that, right? So it takes a little bit of work. You can even do some crafty projects, some hammering and stuff like that, because those kind of things will really use up all your energy. Because when you're in rage, automatically there's all sorts of energy comes into your into your physical body, and you would be able to lift a car in rage. This is why Hulk movie did so well, because when he gets into that rage, what he does is he transforms into this green giant. And in that, what he learned, and you may want to check some, if you haven't seen that movie, watch all of them, because you'll really understand how he controls his rage, right? And it's sort of a therapy as well, therapy to watch, because what he decided is that he had all these special powers, he had all these amazing things that he could do, and he decided to use that for the better of mankind and humanity and for the planet. So he decided to actually channel that energy into doing something positive. So that was, and of course he used his powers, right, doing that. So that's why I said cleaning, or shouting, or that writing in the book, and just put all the swear words, things that are bothering you, whatever has caused you to do that, to be in that state of being of rage. You can do that. And then the loose papers, you can burn in it. Burning it is better, because what you're doing is you're releasing it back to into the atmosphere, and then scatter the ashes back onto the ground. So you can kind of do that. It's just easier. I know it's some of you will cringe because it's not environmentally friendly, but you can make up to the environment some other way. There's worse things happening out in the world, than you just burning a couple of papers, so it's so you can do that as well. Another one is to just take therapy. It's one of the things that I had mentioned in the healing for twin flames. You'd be surprised how much, even though the rage is there, the anger is there, the disappointments are there, when you're actually talking it out to in your therapy sessions, it really lightens you, and it also heals you in a deeper way. So you, not only are you releasing it, you're healing it, and you're also sharing it, right? So but the thing is, when you're sharing it with with your therapist and whatever have you, it actually you actually learn that some of these things have, you find the root cause of the problem too. So that's another way that you can do this. So you can be open to what comes up in that session, but try that and see what happens. Another one that is very effective would be journaling. You can journal things that really bothers you, and just see how that's unfolding, whether you're actually healing from that as well. So that's another way of doing it, is to journal. So these were some of the tips on how to release rage, if you have them. Another one that I talked about going and connecting to nature for walks and stuff like that. Another one would be also to work out. So if you want to go for a run, because you're using that energy, it's like that Hulk energy, right? You're actually using that energy to channel into something positive. So you may want to try that, go for a run, or try to work out, right? See, the thing is, everybody's different, but I'll mention it anyways. I don't think it'll work when you're actually dealing with anger and rage, but if you can calm yourself down to that effect, yoga will also help, because yoga is one of those things that's very centered. It calms your mind, and it calms, balances your chakras. So you just never know. If you have to try a few things and see which ones I've said will help you in your rage issues. So those are some of the things. And definitely guided meditations. There's so many of them on YouTube. You can try them, and the whole point is that you're trying to center your mind, center your thoughts and your emotions. So these are some of the ways that you can release it, heal it, and maintain it. So see which one works. You'll have to write in the comments which one of the ones that have worked. Come back and write it down and share it with the rest of the community which ones worked in your case. Next question: how to release your twin flame during separation? Well, I don't know what this means, to release your twin flame during separation. I'm assuming what you're asking is, how do you release from thinking about them or to feel their connection? Because this is not really, I don't know how to interpret this, but I'm assuming this is what you're asking. What else? How do you release your twin flame during separation? Or another one that you're probably asking is, how do you release them so that you can continue dating others, right? So if any of these are what you are asking, because it's a vague question, I don't know in what terms you are asking to release. I want to say the only answer to any of these scenarios that I mentioned: to date other people, to release them, release the connection energetically, to release your thoughts and emotions of them, or to release, to let go. That's another one that's very common that most twin flames use. I'm letting go. I'm letting go, right? So I'm assuming this is the release part you're talking about. Any of that stuff automatically happens when you actually start healing yourself and you start concentrating on yourself. If you are replacing your twin flame with somebody else, you're not actually what you're doing is you're putting a temporary band-aid over what needs to actually be the you're putting a temporary band-aid, and you think that this is gonna be your answer. And I'll tell you this, that temporary band-aids will again recreate same scenarios, same dynamics in the next connection, and the connection, and the connection, and the next one, the next one. Reason why being because the entire purpose of your soul journey, your higher self, wants you to be whole and in oneness to yourself, to connect to source, to balance your energy. And by replacing somebody else, you're just putting a temporary band-aid and you're hoping that it's going to heal. And temporary band-aids never do. You need to actually go through a deeper healing, right? So it's what it is. So yeah, I want to say, how do you release your twin flame from any of these things during separation? Your separation is the most precious time you have. It's the time when you can actually totally focus on your betterment, to become the better version of yourself. And you really start to see that transformation when there's others that are telling you that you have changed. So when you start actually going through all of that, you really start to feel it. But not only you feel it, but you also are getting that feedback from people that you are doing, because they would compare the old you to the new you, and they will see that you've actually transformed into a different kind of person. So yeah, and I really I always say this to the collectives, those that follow me, they know this. I really emphasize on the separation time, because it's so precious. And if you utilize your precious time during separation phase, if you are realizing that your separation phase is precious and you're not wasting it, then and you're utilizing it in a positive way, whatever that is, then yeah, you're actually going ahead. You're actually ahead of the game, I want to say. So that's what I will say. How do you release it? You heal, and that's the only way that you can release it. There's no other ways to releasing anything. Once you start releasing, once you start healing, you'll find that the obsession with your twin flame becomes less and less, because you don't have the energy or the time to focus on them. You know, you're more focusing on you, right? So yeah, and that takes time and energy, so and lots of money. So yeah, I want to say that that's what it is. You get so caught up in your own life that, you know, you have very little time to think about them. Do you really believe in reunion of the souls? How long we should wait? So, do I believe in reunion of the souls? It doesn't matter what I believe. I don't know why this was even asked. Maybe because I'm such a strong influence among the twin flame community that, you know, my answer, I don't know how that would matter. I didn't make these questions, guys, so whoever made these questions. Do I believe in a reunion of the souls? Here's what. This is what I believe. I do believe that there is 100% reunion with yourself. 100%. It's there. It's available. And it's not exclusive to anybody. It's not exclusive to just twin flames. It's not exclusive to, I want to say that that's what it is. Do I believe in reunion of the souls? That's the first and foremost. Second part, I want to say that you already have reunion with your soul and with your twin flame. Because the way that this person has asked is, do you really believe in a reunion of the souls? I do. Not in the physical sense, because that all depends on, and I know that this person is asked on the physical level, not on, like a spiritual level. So I want to say that there's two parts to it, and, you know, you can take whichever one you want. Do I believe in reunion of the souls? I believe that you already embarked that, because if you're on a twin flame journey and you're awakened, you know that there was some sort of trigger somewhere, you know, good one, you know, your soul awakening and your soul shock and meeting your twin flame, even if you haven't met them in physical reality, even if they are not in embodiment, even if, you met them very briefly, it doesn't matter. The fact that you have encountered your twin flame in some shape or form, it's not a, there's no coincidence there. Right? Think about this for a second. This universe is really, really big. You know, we can't even measure how big that is. And then we've got 7+ billion people on this earth. And for those that met their twin flame, it doesn't matter whether you met them in 5D, you know, in that physical, vibrational reality, or in person, you know, it doesn't matter. That's beating against every odd that's there is, right? Because you only have that one twin flame, and the fact that you have identified that one person from the rest, the 7+ billion people that are living here, you've identified that person to be your true twin flame. You've actually done that reunion part of the souls in this lifetime. Whether that's going to come in physical reality or not, I never answer that anyways, because realistically, you don't know that, and I don't know that. I don't know whether the physical reality of the physical union, the physical relationship, whether that's supposed to happen or not, I have no idea. I'm not going to even entertain it to answer and give you guys any false hope, because that, you know, that is up to your higher self, and it's up to your twin's higher self how long we should wait. So that question I already answered, that if you are sitting there waiting and hoping, you can continue doing so and see what happens. But you know, how long, that all depends on really it's the work of your higher self. And you could be doing all this work and there's no progress in physical reality, then you know, that's what it is. There's I don't know how to answer that, because you know, and I don't like that word divine timing, because that's the most ludicrous term I don't use that, and I was going to write an article on it. So I don't say divine timing, because the divine timing does not exist. It's either, you know, it's going to happen as per the script. And yeah, because when you are using the divine timing phrase, then you're waiting, and then you're not doing everything else that you're supposed to be doing, working on your healing, working on yourself, creating the life of your dreams. You know, you're not doing any of that stuff because you're waiting for this amazing divine timing. And you know, look around you. You can talk to thousands of twin flames around you. You know, they're still waiting for the divine timing as well. So because they're not thinking that the separation time is something that they should be using to better themselves. So, and my entire work and mission purpose is to ensure that the ones that understand the twin flame journey is to create the life of your own dreams. And that could very well be with your twin flame or not. You don't know that. That would be the end result. But you are here right now. You should be making the best of everything that you've got, because you only have that one take. After you pass on from this body, you won't be able to experience the things that you want to experience. So the best thing is to embrace what you have right now, be in the moment, and really, yeah, really embrace life and embrace your journey. It's a good journey, and it's got many, many wonderful things. So, but you need to know what they are. It's not exclusive to just few people. It's exclusive. It's for everybody to experience. So, but how you want to experience it, that depends on you and how you navigate your journey. So yeah, I want to say that how long do you wait? You know, you can keep waiting, because this is why some of the people say that they don't wait anymore. They're just living their life, and they're on the right track for those that feel that way. So yeah, but if you've met your twin flame in any way, you know, whether in physical reality or just even in spirituality, it doesn't matter. You've actually beaten against all odds to you know, to have met them. So the reunion of souls has already happened. So, and the rest is all up to you. So with that, this was it. This was all the questions. Some of them were very, very good. Some of them were a little bit, you know, not very clear. So I hope that I had answered in the best way possible, and you guys got some knowledge out of this. With that, this was Twin Flame Union.